Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You're Getting Fucked. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. And today we're going to be discussing Panera Bread? You sure you didn't get this wrong, Blackberry? Panera Bread. Well, you never got one wrong before, so no reason to stop trusting you now. Panera Bread. Panera Bread has something called the Unlimited Sip Club. This is a beverage subscription where you could pay either $14.99 a month, or if you want to get a discount, you could pay $120 up front for the entire year, and you would get unlimited beverages. This gave you access to hot and iced teas, hot coffee, iced coffee, agave lemonade, Pepsi fountain drinks, and it was redeemable one drink every 2 hours during cafe hours with free in-cafe refills. And a lot of people, if you right next door to a Panera Bread or you work right next to one and you really like having a lot of coffee and iced tea, this may have been a good deal for you. The problem with this service is that it follows a trend that you see with many contracts now in the United States, where contracts are memes. They don't actually mean anything anymore. Contracts now can have things in them that say this: Panera Bread reserves the right to update, change, or modify this agreement at any time. Depending on the nature of the change or update, Panera may provide notice by posting the new agreement on panerabread.com/unlimited-sip-club with a new effective date shown. Panera reserves the right to update, change, modify, or terminate the subscription or any subscription benefits at any time in its sole and absolute discretion. All changes in the agreement shall be effective from the effective date. And what did they say about refunds? Let's say you want your money back because you just signed up for this with a 1-year subscription last week because it said unlimited, and now it is no longer unlimited. What can you do about it? Let's see. Can you get a refund? If you cancel your subscription, you may use your subscription benefits until the end of the billing cycle, and your subscription will not be renewed once that billing cycle ends. In such event, you will not be entitled to a prorated refund of any unused portion of the subscription monthly or annual fee. What did they do? Effective August 19, 2026, there will be a maximum of 30 drink redemptions per billing cycle. If you enroll before that date, your membership will be subject to the current terms until August 19th, and the updated SIP Club terms thereafter. So let's just go over what this means. Let's say that 1 week ago, I signed up for the Panera Bread Unlimited Sip Club, and I paid my $120 because I said, wow, unlimited? That's a great deal. I signed up last week. I gave you the $120. I get 1 month and 3 days of unlimited, and then after that, I'm subject to the new terms of service that you just pulled out of your ass. And if I ask for my money back because you broke the terms of the contract and you're giving me something materially different than what I actually fucking paid you for, you won't give me a refund because the contract says that the contract could change at any given time. What the fuck? And this is what I was saying in a video on Amazon and their terms of service, where Amazon has a service where you can pay the money and you get ad-free video. People pay the full upfront fee for the entire year to get ad-free video, and then a month later they say, oh yeah, we're putting ads in the video. You have to pay an additional $2 or $3 a month if you don't want to see ads. And they didn't refund people. You can't do that. I mean, I guess you can in the United States, but these clauses that say that you can change the terms of the contract at any time inside of a contract render the concept of a contract null, void, and meaningless. There is no point to a contract whatsoever. If I could write into the contract, I can change the contract at any time. But I in my opinion, and tell me what you think here, that's as bad as forging a signature. Because I may have not signed the contract if I knew the actual terms were different. So like, for me, in our society, and tell me if you think this is crazy, if I forge your signature on a contract, that's illegal. I can go to jail for that. But if you sign a contract and then I change the terms of it, that's okay? In my opinion, that's forgery in reverse. Why is it that signing a contract with somebody else's name is illegal, but taking a contract that somebody has already signed and then just changing the terms is okay? There needs to be some sort of consumer protection legislation that makes this practice illegal. Because once you're at the point where signing up for a drink subscription at Panera Bread is no longer safe, we're fucked. I'm not talking about some sort of software as a service business subscription package. I'm not talking about video games. I'm not talking about online services and connected shit. But Panera Bread. Panera Bread is supposed to be safe. If Panera Bread is not safe from these consumer practices, then what is? Now you may think, Louis, you don't need to pass a law. So why would you pass a law? You could just simply sue Panera Bread. No, you can't. Important. This agreement includes resolution of disputes by arbitration instead of in court, and a class action waiver which requires that any arbitration claims must be brought in your individual capacity and not as a plaintiff or class representative or member or otherwise on behalf of others in purported class, collective, or representative proceeding. See section 9 below. So in the United States, not only do you have the option to just take a pen and just like cross out the terms of the contract that are now inconvenient for you and just write your own in, but if somebody decides to sue you for it, they can't even sue you. I think two things should be true. Number one, Contracts should no longer be allowed to have these types of statements in them that say that we can just change everything about what we're offering you. We can change the quantity or the quality at any given time, and you just got to deal with it and have the contract remain. If you materially change the terms of the contract, then my signature is no longer valid on that contract. My signature is now void. Number two, this whole concept that you could say that I lose my Seventh Amendment rights to a trial if you fuck me over and break the law. No, that's insane. If you break the law, I should have the ability to take you to court. This whole idea that you can just have a court with people that you pay for that are judging everything, just like, no. Because forced arbitration means that we're not going to use a court. We're going to use somebody else who's going to come up with a way to resolve the dispute amongst us. And that is a company that is paid for by Panera Bread. That's a meme. If I were paying the judge, the lawyers, the clerks of the court, do you think that you would get a fair shake if we were engaged in a legal dispute? Fuck no. You're not their customer. I am. They want to keep their customer happy. I get it. There's patriotism and there's loving your country, but at some point, you have to be able to also criticize your country and the things that make it a meme. This stuff is really making America a meme. People are looking at this in other parts of the world and going, how the fuck is it that they could just change the terms of a contract and get away with it? A judge said that what Amazon did was okay. It's not that somebody didn't sue them. People sued Amazon already, and the judge said that that's totally fine. And that's a company that can get sued. If they had this shit in there, maybe you wouldn't even be able to sue them at all. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. And as always, I always encourage people to contribute to the Consumer Rights Wiki. That's consumerrights.wiki, where we keep track of all these types of anti-consumer practices where terms of the sale are changed after the sale, ownership is revoked after you pay for something. We want to keep this all in a place that is very easy to search through, and it needs your help. I'm going to put a link down below for anybody who's interested. We're also going to have a chat link down below for anybody who wants to talk about things with the moderators and figure out how we can all come together to fix all the articles in the site that are in need of improvement and add new ones as these events come up. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.